Hi guys, it says it's recording. I'm sorry that we didn't get a video last week. I had a family emergency that popped up and I just didn't have time to do it. So, family first. This week I do have strep throat, so I apologize if I sound kind of funny or look a little drab, but I wanted to get you guys a video lesson out this week before break, and so hopefully you guys have opportunity to work over break and spend time with your families and just enjoy a nice break. So don't forget, please watch this video and then you will fill out the Google form, which will ask you a couple of questions. So I just want to make this quick and simple because right before break, I know you guys have the holidays on your mind, and you should, because it'll be fun. Okay, so this week we're going to go over context clues. This is going to help you be able to answer your questions more thoroughly and look for just kind of anything, like if you're having a hard time understanding a word, looking for context clues within the actual passage to be able to identify what it means and for you to better understand what you're reading. This will not only help you in your readings, but also with big testing that's coming up, ACT, SAT, ISAT, stuff like that. This will come up, and having this tool in your tool belt of learning will it just be more of an asset to you. So without further ado, context clues. Okay, so the essential question to ask is, how can a reader use context as a clue to the meaning of a word? Okay, so use context, or the overall meaning of a sentence or paragraph, a word's position or function in a sentence, as a clue to the meaning of a word. And this covers a bunch of different standards for you. So what is context? So there are two different definitions of what context is. The first one is the parts of a statement that precede or follow a specific word, usually contributing to its meaning, or the fleshy fibers of a mushroom cap, and that's actually a true story. But for our case, we are going to focus on that first definition, which again is the parts of a statement that precede or follow a specific word, usually contributing to its meaning. Okay, so here are some different synonyms of what a context is. It's background, frame of reference. Oh, excuse me, the D got cut off of background. Frame of reference, situation, conditions, or connections. The word context comes from the Latin word contextus, which means a joining together or to weave together. So when you're thinking of context, like literally picture this mind of things integrating together, because guess what? There's going to be context, there's going to be clues. So put on your little spy hats and look for clues to find out what the context is, the background, the different references, the different situations that can help contribute to a meaning of a word to help you better understand not only the word, but the question. Okay, when you're reading and you find an unknown word, look for context clues. And I apologize, for some reason when I put up here, it's kind of cutting everything off. So you got to look for the context clues. Again, put on your little spy goggles there. So let's try this. Humans use their hands to grasp objects. Would you be surprised to learn that animals can grasp objects too? They do not always use their hands. A rhino has a prehensile lip. A spider monkey has a prehensile tail. And an elephant has a prehensile nose. That's surprising. And I want you guys to all take a minute, and what could prehensile mean? Prehensile means being able to grab, and here are the clues. You have grasped, use their hands, grasp. It's all these things that are giving you clues. So if humans use their hands to grasp objects, animals can grasp objects too. And they don't always use their hands. We're looking at these context clues being like, okay, so a rhino uses a lip to grasp something. A spider monkey uses its tail. An elephant uses its nose. So looking for these repetitive items to kind of help you understand what the meaning of the word is. So look for those different clues. A lot of the times they are going to pop up multiple times. Okay? Not all sentences have context clues. So for example, Felipe was disingenuous. There are no context clues here. If you had to guess, what might loquacious mean? Felipe was disingenuous, skinny, unsure of his next move, an alien, late for work, handsome, making lasagna. Wheatley, it's hard. So when stuff like that happens, I encourage you to whip out a dictionary. Use your phones and get the dictionary app just in case you don't understand something or a meaning of something. That's really handy to have, especially when you don't have big meaty paragraphs or several sentences surrounding a clue or a word to be able to get the context from. So that's another resource to use. Okay, so writers often include context clues to help with understanding of unknown words. There are 4 main ways writers give us context clues. One way an author gives us a clue is by telling us the answer immediately. Alvin acted as a liaison, one who maintains communication for a mutual understanding. The answer is honestly right there. That should be a duh kind of moment because it's just telling you straight up what a liaison is. Another way an author gives us a clue is by using examples. For example, Pete's backyard was overflowing with noxious materials such as old paint cans, gallons of pesticides, and rotting batteries. So these old paint cans, gallons of pesticides, and rotting batteries gives us an example of what noxious could be, which, by the way, is something very poisonous or not good. The third way an author gives us a clue is by using antonyms. Does everybody know what antonyms are? They're the opposite of synonyms. Some people think that TV has helped students learn quite a bit, but TV has actually suppressed education. Okay, so it's giving us an antonym where some people think that TV has helped, but TV has actually suppressed education. So we're using this opposite, flipping it on its head and telling us what it actually is not doing. The fourth way an author gives us a clue is by painting a picture. Juliana had long blonde hair that glinted in the sun. Her blue eyes lit up the room. But it wasn't just her looks that made her plutocrindinius. Her personality was sweet and sincere. So we get this whole paragraph painting this picture of this lovely girl and who she is, which kind of gives us the answer to what plutocrindinius means, and I'm probably even saying that wrong. Okay? But we can understand that it's probably someone who is really sweet or beautiful. Okay, so you gotta look for these context clues. So, while the United States abolished slavery back in 1865, some countries have yet to abrogate it. What do you think abrogate could mean? Okay. Let's look for different context clues. We have abolished right here. This to me would be a really strong context clue because if we have done this, what countries have yet to do this? So abrogate means to cancel. How do you know? While the United States abolished slavery back in 1865, some countries have yet to abrogate it. So we abolished, which you kind of have to understand maybe what abolish means, to cancel or to get rid of. So abrogate means to cancel. So some countries have yet to cancel it. Okay, and this is the key word again. The writer gave us an example right here. He used the word abolished. Okay, here's another one. I wanted to complete the agreement, but my partner decided to renegade before the deadline. What could renegade mean? Renegade means to go back on agreement. How do you know? I wanted to complete the agreement, but my partner decided to renegade before the deadline. Okay? We have an antonym. I wanted to complete the agreement, but my partner decided to renege. Again, sorry, I'm sick. My mind is kind of going. So renege before the deadline. So he gave us an antonym right there. This person wanted to complete it, but the partner did not. Okay, and these were all used for if you use them in person. But we won't focus on that. Okay, so I hope that is a little helpful for you to kind of understand maybe what words mean and how you can look for that somewhere else, because I think that'll help quite a bit of you understand your questions more when you're doing your lessons in Odysseyware. Again, I apologize that this lesson is short. I'm having a really hard time even speaking. My throat feels like it's on fire, but I wanted to get something out to you guys before break. With that being said, please don't forget to fill out the Google form. I will give you points back into Odysseyware through an assignment, since we're kind of having to go around the system that way, since it won't let me add an additional assignment in there. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I wrote down for my keyword. There it is. Okay, so the keyword for this lesson, so that you can add that into your Google form, is eggnog. So 'tis the season, right? Eggnog is your keyword. Don't forget to complete the Google form. And most importantly, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season and a nice little break to relax and recoup and to kind of finish out the semester strong. I'll be available from 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. tomorrow Mountain Standard Time. If you so happen to need me, those are my office hours. Again, I hope this is helpful for you. We'll resume kind of more of a normal schedule for lessons next week. I apologize. I've been having some family issues, and I'm very sick. Like right now, I'm kind of hopped up on antibiotics, trying to get better before my holidays kind of get crazy. So again, I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe holiday season, and yeah, I'll see you guys when we get back